Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot. Welcome back to Beyond Earth Rising Tide. And turns out that when we stopped the game last time, in the last episode, we were one turn away from bionics. I'm not sure if I realized that at the time or not. So anyway, what will we get with this tech? We will get the auto sled. It costs 1 float stone, 1 Firaxite. It requires +4 in purity and supremacy, which we have. We have 5 in purity, and I think it's 10 in supremacy right now. And we also get the Bionics Lab, which is very helpful. Increases health production by 20%, which synergizes, by the way, very well with the Bio Well here, which will increase health by +1. And finally, we have the Institute, which is very good. It's for science specialists. It's got 3 science specialist spots. Very well then.
The best lesson the raptor can teach you is to be grateful for the prey that sustains you. The worst lesson it can teach you is a practical demonstration of that point.
Alright. So we've also gotten to level 4 in terms of harmony. And yeah, we're indeed at level 10 there. So, let's find out, let's find a new path for research here, guys. Because, frankly, I would like to get some hybrid stuff for our boats here. Which means that I want to push as hard as I can on the... Excuse me, it means I want to push as hard as I can on some of the other techs here that I may not necessarily care about. So, transcendental math, that, Actually, you know what? We're starting with alien genetics here. We're going with this leaf tech here. We're going to see how many that gives us. And, yeah, I think we're going to build some workers here. Try to take advantage of this biowell thing that we can build now, because those are really, really good, and they should help greatly with our happiness. Oh yeah, and last time we just murdered an outpost as part of a quest. Probably not the smartest thing to do, actually, because they were... Actually, I think it gave us some affinity points, which is useful. But I think they were a pretty good city. Oh yes, and here's Central, the city that went down to virtually nothing. Alright, so this NSA worker actually needs to move his butt over here. We're the NSA, we are Duncan. In case you guys haven't noticed already, we're playing Beyond Earth Rising Tide. We're playing as Duncan. We're doing it on Apollo. And this is the settings for it. Fungal Atlantean world, so we do have the magic mushrooms, which are wonderful, and I'll show you guys what those are in a sec. We're playing standard, so there's 8 players. We're playing on Apollo difficulty, which is supposed to be impossibly hard. So far, very disappointing compared to Deity. Deity kicks the living crap out of me in Civ 5 still. I managed to win it once with a massive salt start and some shrewd negotiations that made one of my warmonger neighbors go to war with the other warmonger neighbor and weaken them enough to for me to finally conquer them. So I had Mongolia gang up on Japan, who was my direct neighbor, to the point of Japan being weak enough for me to go to war with them as well, and then eventually I managed to just conquer Japan. And then the Mongols went and declared nuclear war on Portugal. Yes, that is what happened. Good times! Alright, so let's take a look at available trade routes. We want the highest science delta, as always, because that'll give us the most science. So, netting to Freeland is the best bet. Not a huge surprise. Eventually, Hatuma is going to go to war with us. But for the time being, he is not. We'll move this guy over to the appropriate city. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do with these guys, actually, is we're going to move them out into the water. I think we actually want the +1 production for docking bays right now. We have pretty good speed for building stuff. For this city right here, you know what, let's build a trade convoy. Trade convoys are always useful. Never have too many of them. Alright, so I said I was going to show you a magic mushroom. Behold the magic mushroom. On the tile itself, it does very little. On the surrounding tiles, you know how those are usually dead tiles? Not in this case. It provides +3 food to all surrounding tiles, so... I built myself a mine here. Usually there'd be like no food, +3 food. This is an ocean tile. Got 1 food already. +3 food to that makes 4. My city gets it as well, and it's got +7 food inside of that city there. Got another one over here on Vlanfled, which, according to the lore of the game, is a city home to robots. So, anyway, we're taking advantage of this. We're building some academies over here to try to make this a bit of a science city. And we're going to, I guess, build some military units over here. We do want to keep our military up as high as possible. But at the same time, we want to get some other stuff up, too. What do we want to build in this particular city? Let's build... Since I don't know, let's build trade convoys. So we're just going to move the educator up a little bit. We've got considerable amounts of diplomatic capital here. Alright, so KT is, or KP rather, has cancelled that agreement there. So we'll move these guys to another city that... Send that one over to the former capital of the Pan-Asian Cooperative. And probably sending it to Freeland, once again, is the best bet there. Yeah, it's not super good, but it's one of the better options. Heal those guys up. I'm wondering whether or not I should start moving my capital around here. I probably can't move it that much, actually. Maybe I could, though. Yeah, let's move our capital a bit here, folks, just for the hell of it. I know I haven't moved it all game, and I do mean all game. It's virtually sat there the entire time. And I will be building some cities soon that are their sole purpose is to just grab land. Excuse me. But anyway, first off, I think we should burn some of this diplomatic capital here. So we've maxed out industry. And yeah, we don't really care about this one all that much. Honestly, I'm probably going to abandon that trait once I have a thing full of special agents here. Speaking of which, how's Deep Castle's espionage levels? They're gone, okay. Move. Let's try piggybacking on the influence or the intrigue over here. Alright. Order our units about. This guy's finally arrived at his destination, so we want to build a biowell there. Got a lot of energy, too. Wonder, should we keep holding on to the energy, or we could just spend it? But we're gonna not be producing as much energy later on. Ah, redacted. Time to make a grand statement. That's what they say at any rate. Sure. Go ahead and we'll do that. We'll also build a defensive perimeter in that city because we probably need it. Excuse me. Deep Castle probably also needs a little bit of love in that department too. But for now, I'm just going to move Deep Castle around a little bit. I'm probably going to move it back to this exact same square because it is a decent starting location. Alright. For this particular city... Let's see, what else can we get from here? We'll just check our information again. Van fled to Freeland. So I guess they're trying to tell me to send things to Shackleton. Alright. Sure. Shackleton's a bit of a mixed bag, but why not? Let me reconsider on attacking the siege farm. These stations here, initially I hated their guts in the first game, but I am starting to see the value in them. They provide stable sources of trade for you, and more importantly, they provide stable sources of science. Especially in the early game here, where the AI can be kind of crazy. Covert operative has been detected in the city. Alright. They can stay there for now, quite frankly. Don't care. So we're gonna see if we can push up the intrigue levels a little bit higher here. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, alien skeleton discovered. Okay, so it's just... There's some stuff you should look at. That's what they say. We got a little bit of science from Freeland on that last science stealing mission. Excuse me a second. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, move city. Sure, let's move the city over here. That way we can grab that unclaimed square. And for this particular city... Do we have an auto plant here already? No, we don't. Let's build an auto plant. This place is one of the worst, has one of the worst things for trade in our entire colony. Let's continue to move Deep Castle. So the improvement I used to have here is just gone, and we ran over it with the city. So we are going to have to bring some guys out here to rebuild my improvements. Actually, think maybe a decent time to actually build some of those colonists. Oh wait, we can't build one in Central, I bet, because it's only got a population of 1 because they were too stubborn and they didn't want to work. Well then, Axiom. Alright, so we'll purchase one of those guys in Axiom here. Bring this guy out. I suppose we should probably purchase a worker in this city as well. You know what? We're going to purchase a colonist here. Since we're in the process of getting unlimited health. Alright, let's take a look here. What can we do with you? Well, for now, let's get him over here. Alright. Well, war continues to rage with other people. Hatuma also has a couple of land cities here.
Maid of chitin, storm and lightning, how's your garden grow? Miasma mist and beetle hiss, and siege worms in a row.
Oh my. Well, +1 culture from biowells, +1 science from xenomass wells. I like it.
Our backs are strong, and our
fantastic. You know what this means, folks. We get those boats.
Belly is empty, and their back is bold. Make sure your conduct is worthy of their pain.
Alright, just a sec, folks. Alright, let's take a look at the units we can upgrade here. We can upgrade a lot of things. We've got our... What the hell is an Eldion? Alright, automatically heal every turn. You know what? Sure, that's a good thing to have. That's March promotion. And we have the Countess. That is our battleship. The Countess is a magnificent battleship. So we have a choice here, guys. We have a choice in between either +1 range or being able to move after attacks. I think +1 range is just the overall most useful thing. And now we have a Virtuoso. They look like stormtroopers, quite frankly. That's what they look like. Attack over terrain obstacles. Yeah, we definitely want this. This is good. This is, oh, what is this? Oh, also, either way, they get 1 more attack per turn. That's really good. So this is indirect fire. That's fantastic. And finally, our tenants get upgraded into a Baron. So I have the Countess and the Baron. How romantic. This is interesting. This is anti-submarine technology here. And this is 20% while attacking within friendly orbital coverage. I mean, we could get that fairly easily. And extra defense within. And that's a big bonus. I'm going to try this one just for now. I don't think I'm going to need that extra bonus, but I mean, it's useful as all get out. What do we want now? Part of me wants to go back into the might tree and just grab some of these really good ones. But I think I'll stick with just plowing down this tree. Specifically getting down to social investment here, where I get extra production from manufactories. Because I think that's the reason that people like that strategy so much. I mean, it works out for me either way at the moment, but yeah. Let's, anyway, let's take a look here. Have we maxed out all of our hybrid units? It's going to be one more affinity level till we get the Herald. Whoa, what? So the Agus is a, right, that's a light mechanized walker. Battlesuit, drone cage, Xeno Titan, Xeno Swarm. Ranged. Educator. Yep, they do not have hybrid units. The Throne. A mobile field command platform with exceptional battlefield controls. Tough, versatile support unit. Okay, interesting. What does it do? It has an attack range of 2. It has an attack strength of 40. And 2 movement points. Okay, interesting. Not as good as the some other things like the Golem here. We may want to push towards this and get the Golem. Then there's, well, of course, there's the Rocktopus, which is amusing. There's some other here. The Aqualon's in here somewhere, guys. I don't remember exactly where, but he's hiding in here somewhere. Somewhere in this general vicinity. You know what? We're going to look it up. There we go. Right down here. This is a Harmony Supremacy hybrid unit. We don't quite have enough affinity in Harmony for it yet, but it's a flying aircraft carrier that can also attack, so it's pretty good. And finally, I'm just curious about our Whisper here. Some time to get there, but we will get there eventually. Shepherd, we won't upgrade that, of course. Air ranged. Angel. What's the tech for angels? Right, neural upload. Alright, so if we're going for an emancipation victory, then we'll need to go for... We'll need to get the tech for both the Golem and the Angel. What do I want next, guys? Looking through the various things here. This would be very useful. Communications would be good too. In fact, for the time being, I'm going to grab communications. It'll get us closer to a victory condition as well. Build a trade convoy here. And we'll build a trade convoy here. And we'll clean up that miasma garbage there. We'll move this guy to central. And we'll move these guys down south here, because that's what the area I want to claim. And this particular city, what do they suggest? Mandrea. Okay, well, that's looks like a kind of an even trade. Sure, you know what? Let's trade with Mandrea. So that is actually a perfectly even trade. Mandrea will probably get more out of it, but honestly, I don't really care. Is there a technology that boosts the effectiveness of the academy? I think there is. Yeah, it's called artificial intelligence. Yeah, let's actually grab that first. It's on the path to hypercomputing and the angel tech. All right. Excuse me. All right, now, guys, do we want to invade Earth and liberate them from all their problems? Or do we want to go ahead and just conquer the world? Chances are we'll end up doing a combination of the two, but trying to decide here. If I was streaming, I would ask the chat. But I am not streaming. Well, we'll do whatever ends up being easier, quite frankly. Trade convoy there.
What's ours is yours.
We stole some science from Citadella. Very good. Have these guys establish a network. Why are you at home? What the fuck happened to Citadella, yo? Oh, okay, they were identified and the agent escaped. Well, you go right the fuck back there. Alright, this city here. Let's just go ahead and park on top of the floatstone. We shouldn't destroy it by doing that. It would have given us a warning. Let's take a look at the available trade routes here. Sec here. Central to Citadella. That is a promising one. Yeah, sure. We'll get 7. We'll get 7 science from it. We want your... What's the city's name again? It's Fajaran. Fajaran to Dunkel is my highest science delta? Uh-huh. There it is. No, send it to fucking Freeland, yo. I'm just texting my wife again, folks. Just gonna actually finish this turn here. Alright. Sorry, I thought the game had actually turned over. Guess not. Let's actually buy this tile up so we can do something with it. That guy a little bit closer to the edges of the water. Now he's calling me a pacifist! Alright, let's see here. Trade unit destroyed by aliens. That's unfortunate. I thought they were shielded. Oh well. Build an ultrasonic fence. Sure, we'll take that. And here I think we'll bring this guy down a little. Yeah, we can unpack them here. Get things set up. Very good. We'll start building a biowell right here. Alright, so let's send these guys to Van Flood. We'll build a manufactory here. I'm pretty sure the timer went off a while ago and I never threw down a cut. Well, so much for any sort of promise to keep things to a solid little 30 minutes or less sort of setup here, guys. My apologies. I'm going to finish up this turn, and then I'm going to throw down a cut immediately here, just to get everything set up for production. Sure, we'll do a thorium reactor there for more energy, because we're going to need it soon. Build a trade depot, because we're definitely going to need that. Grab a defensive perimeter. It's always good to have that sort of building in here. And Van fled to Freeland. That looks like a decent one. I'm not going to bother taking a look at trade yield delta, because Freeland seems to be a pretty good deal right now. Let's just go ahead and build a mine there right now. It won't give us negative happiness. Or unhealthiness, I should say. Go ahead and we'll repair that boat. Or that barge. And I'm going to throw down a cut right here, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the long episode. And I will see you guys next time. Please subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. It helps out. Helps out a lot. So do thumbs ups.